Ever start a new job and feel like you're just drowning in information? Like you're drinking from a fire hose?
Totally.
Now imagine that feeling, but in a hospital where, the stakes are a little bit higher.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that's the exact challenge that University College London Hospitals, UCLH for short, one of the UK's top medical centers, was up against.
And we're not even just talking about new hires here, right?
Right.
We're talking 10,000 staff members, from doctors who've been in the field for years to the folks who keep everything running behind the scenes, getting everyone trained up on the latest and greatest in healthcare. It's a tall order.
It's massive. And that's exactly where we're diving in today.
Buckle up.
We're going behind the curtain at UCLH to see how they use tech to totally revamp their training program. We're pulling insights from a case study by Webanywhere. They're the e-learning gurus.
And what's fascinating here is that UCLH, they're not alone, right?
Right.
Plenty of big organizations, especially in healthcare, they were relying on these outdated systems that just weren't designed for today's world.
Yeah, their old system kind of sounds like a clunky old car, the kind that's more trouble than it's worth. We're talking thousands of users, all with different tech skills, some speaking different languages, and, everyone learns a little differently.
Exactly. Trying to manage all that with a system that's about as flexible as a brick wall, it was a recipe for disaster. Think about it. If a nurse can't quickly find, the latest safety guidelines, or a new employee is lost trying to figure out the training materials, that's a problem.
Oh, absolutely. And don't even get me started on proving that everyone's completed their training. Mountains of paperwork, endless email chains. Makes you want to chuck your computer out the window.
It's the worst. UCLH knew they needed a serious change, not just a quick fix.
Right. So what did they do? They went all in. They brought in Totara Learn. It's a customizable learning system, LMS. But here's the kicker. It's open source.
No, I know what you're thinking. Open source, that sounds technical.
A little bit.
But basically, it means that the software is always evolving. It's constantly being improved by a global community of developers, which makes it super adaptable and often much easier on the budget than those traditional software options.
So it's like the Wikipedia of learning platforms, constantly evolving.
That is a great way to put it. And that was huge for UCLH, especially with the tight budgets in healthcare. But finding the right platform was just the first step. Webanywhere worked hand in hand with UCLH to tailor that system to their specific needs.
And they didn't just put lipstick on a pig. They incorporated some really cool features. First off, they made the whole thing cloud-based.
Game changer.
Right.
Huge.
Okay, cloud-based, I get it. But you mentioned personalized learning paths.
Yeah.
What does that even look like in the real world?
So it's all about tailoring the training. Instead of making everyone go through the same old boring stuff, UCLH uses Totara Learn to deliver content that's actually relevant to what each person does.
So like a brand new heart doctor, they're not stuck doing training meant for the admin staff.
Exactly. And a nurse who's been in the game for years, they don't have to waste time on something they learned ages ago. Each person gets this learning journey, helps them fill in the gaps and build on what they already know.
That's so much smarter. It's not just checking boxes. It's actually giving people the tools they need to do their jobs even better. And when you feel like you're actually learning and growing, you're going to be more into it.
100%. And UCLH saw this happen. Remember how we were talking about getting everyone on board with the training?
Yeah.
Well, they did this pilot program with some new doctors, and get this.
What happened?
It was such a hit that other departments were practically begging to get in on it.
No way.
Everyone from the top down wanted to try this new system. They were excited about learning. Can you imagine?
That's huge.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between having to eat the same cafeteria food every day.
Right.
Or actually getting to pick and choose what you want.
Exactly. People, we like to learn, but we like it even more when we have some say in how it goes down. And that's a win-win for everyone, right?
Totally. Okay, but personalized learning aside, did it actually work? Yeah, people liked it, but what about the results?
Hold on to your hats because the results were seriously impressive.
Okay, spill the tea. What kind of results are we talking about?
So remember how new hires, they used to feel a little overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah?
Like they were thrown into the deep end?
Totally.
UCLH actually measured that.
Oh, way.
They found that the new folks who went through this personalized onboarding with Totara Learn, they felt way more confident.
So no more deer in the headlights.
Exactly. And that's huge, especially in healthcare,
Right.
But it wasn't just about the new hires. UCLH saw improvements across the board.
Right.
Staff were happier with the training. They were more interested in learning new things. And get this, they actually spent less time on those mandatory training things.
Wait, hold on. Less time on the mandatory stuff.
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Right. It sounds crazy, but that's the magic of this whole personalized thing.
Okay.
By giving people just what they need, no more, no less, UCLH got rid of all those extra modules that were just wasting everyone's time.
So efficient.
Talk about a win-win.
It's like the Marie Kondo-ed their entire training program.
They really did. And all that efficiency,
Yeah.
it saved them a lot of money.
Of course.
Less time on training meant more time actually taking care of patients, doing the things that really matter.
It's amazing. They set out to improve their training and ended up making everything better.
That's what happens when you choose the right tech and actually use it in a smart way. It's not just about checking those boxes.
No.
It's about giving people the tools they need to thrive.
It's really inspiring. Makes you realize we can all learn a thing or two from UCLH.
Absolutely. It's about embracing learning and finding ways to make it, fun.
Right.
Engaging.
And on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive. We hope this episode has given you some food for thought. Until next time.